Yes.
Today we will have a interview of Tushar Chaudhary. He is son of Ran Vijay Singh, village Gyanpur, Muradabad, UP. His father is 12th pass and a farmer with 40,000 rupees 40,000 per month. His mother is 10th. She is homemaker. He's got elder brother who is pursuing his BTech in computer science. He himself has done 10th from Gurukul Academy, Gurukul Kurukshetra, uh, 10th with 96%. He has gone on to do 12th from the same institute with 88%. He is pursuing BSc Maths at present around there. He plays cricket, football, and volleyball. His hobbies are reading, book, and running, and he talks about geopolitics. Uh, then he has extracurricular activities are there. He has participated in debate, quiz. He has been monitor of the class, and he has handled the responsibility of being class monitor, mess captain, BCA of India Academy, and he has appeared in SSB thrice, but all three times he has been screened out. Now it's between Captain Sasir and Tushar. I'll remain at the muted and we'll meet at the end. Okay? Right then?
Sure. Right, sir. Thank you, sir. So, good evening, Tushar. How are you?
I am fine, sir.
Great. So, tell me something about this NDA Academy BCA. What is this about?
Sir, this idea proposed in our school after the 2016, and it is the idea of our former colonel, sir, that we can go ahead with the ND Academy. So there, with the idea of that, we can produce leaders from our own school. So it is the along with the 11th and 12th class, you have to go to the NDA wing, and there are some other preparation is going on for the NDA written exam, as well as some preparation of about the SSB. And in our NDA wing, there are several responsibilities also that the candidates who are attained good marks and having the good discipline. So the teachers give the authorities to them, like the ACC, BCA, and like these authorities, and the sergeant in 11th class.
Hmm. So, this must be all from your school only. This must be extra activity of the students in the school.
Yes, sir. Sir, those who are performed well in 10th class and having the good IQ level, so they can go ahead with the NDA Academy. And there are also other preparation is also going on with that. If those students who want to pursue maths, so they can also go with the IIT, or the biology student can do NEET preparation as well as their 11th and 12th class.
Okay. So, how many students were there in NDA wing?
So it is in both the classes plus one and plus two. It is around 110 students.
110 students. So, out of 110 students, how many were appointments?
Sir, in 11th class there are two appointments. One for the Alpha Squadron Sergeant and one for Bravo Squadron Sergeant. And in 12th class there are BCA. One is BCA and other one is the ACC,
Hmm.
and one is the BCC. Three
So,
appointment of class 12th, and two appointment for 11th class student.
okay. So, you did not become ACC.
Yes, sir.
Why?
Sir, it might be possible that if you want to become a SEC, then you have to perform good in all the things, like for the academics as well as for the games and sports and other things also. I performed good in academics, but there are some one or two students in our class who are performed good in uh, other active sports activities as well as also, and they are more physically fit also.
Hmm.
They
So, what was the outcome? How many candidates cleared NDA exam?
Sir, when we were in class 12, out of 48 students who are appeared in NDA exam, and out of it, are it is around 32 students clear ND exam out of 48. Those who are appeared in first time in ND exam.
And how many went on to join NDA?
Sir, 11 students from our batch.
So effectively, out of 48 students, 11 got selected in NDA.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you also went and you cleared your NDA exam?
Yes, sir.
Hmm. And what happened then?
Sir, I got screen out in all three attempts.
Okay. So what could be the reason, in your opinion, that you could not crack SSB?
It might be the reason because I am not focusing on the process and got some little bit anxious about the result. So it is the main reason for that I got screen out in all the attempts.
Hmm.
Due to this, I cannot performed well in the process.
So what all training did you get in your NDA wing of your school?
So in our endeavoring, there is no other training, no specific training for the SSB, but they are focusing on the overall development of the child. Like you give the responsibilities and manage as when you face the army, so you will have the lead to lead your subordinates and the class members. So along with that, we also did some GD sessions and lecturate and also participate in several competitions like the inter squadron volleyball championship, basketball and football. This kind of championship to to raise our morale for our squadron and other things like the to participate debate from our squadron side. This type of training is going through in our NDA wing.
So what kind of feedback you got from your instructor? What you need to improve?
Sir, they tell me that it is not the process of your it is the process of which you had to do all your efforts to groom your personality, and it required overall development of child, not the specific not the specific a specific need to get any like other things, but you have to improve yourself. Then it is the only way you can manage to clear the SSB.
So any shortcomings did they tell you?
Sir, they did not tell me the shortcomings, but they tell me the you can improve much more in your like in your games and in extracurricular activities. You can participate more and also motivate others to join them in several competitions.
Okay. So, well, Tushar, we will go through our interviews. You have gone through all the videos and you have been uh, witness to the procedure that we follow. We'll be talking to each other in English. But should you feel the need or assistance to explain something, you may take help of Hindi, but I would request you to shift back to English as soon as possible. So I have gone through all your PIQ form that you had submitted to Prasad sir. Now we'll be talking more about you and activities in greater detail. So you tell me about your family's, all the members of your family, including grandparents, their education, qualification, and how do you spend time together? What are the general activities, the ones in which you get personally involved? Who do you approach for help if you want or you want to confide? I would also be interested in knowing about your friend circle in the neighborhood. How do you spend time together? How much of pocket money do you get and how do you spend it?
Yes, sir.
Let's start now.
Can I start, sir?
Yeah.
Sir, I I live in a nuclear family. In my family, there are five members: my grandmother, my father, my mother, my brother, and me. My father, he is passed till 12th, and my mother, she is passed till 10th. And talking about my grandmother, she is self-educated, and my brother is currently pursuing BTech in computer science from Roorkee Institute of Technology. And talking about the activities that I have sharing a very good bond with my family members, and whenever I get time I spend my time with my family members and talk about the what is currently going on in our village, and also share about some details what is currently going on in India and as well as in the world. Like if I read newspaper I got some news, so I will discuss them also. Talking about the activities that I perform with my family members, I help my mother in various activities. Like from the morning, I do brooming and mowing of my house, and also help them to cutting the vegetables. And the sometimes if I have time, so I also wash the dishes also. And in case of medical support, if my mother got some tired, or my grandmother, so I also went to them to the medical checkup. And other things, like I also help my father in various activities, like to went with my father in field and help them in various activities, like the sometime for the irrigation, and sometime for cutting of our like fodder for the animal, and in various activities of our field. And sometimes I also went to the bank for any deposit or withdrawal of the money. And talking about the other activities, I also helped in other activities, like to help my mother in cattle feeding, and to help some work to regarding to the cattle in my family. And talking about the difficult, if I face any difficulty, firstly I try to solve it with myself. And if I want to get some help, so I can discuss with my brother, so he will confide me how and other things. Like talking about the friends, I have neighborhood friends. I have sharing a good bond with my neighborhood friends and locality friends. Like we also go together for running and play various sports, like the football, volleyball, and cricket in our village. And along with that, I also whenever anybody of them have its birthday, we also celebrate together a birthday, and we also celebrate a festival togetherly. And talking about other things, like in my neighborhood, there are four little children also studying in sixth or seventh class. So they also came to me sometimes for approach any help if they are facing regarding the homework. So they also confide me and ask resolve their doubt with me. And in my village, there are seven more students who are preparing for NDA exam in 11th class. They are in currently in 11th class, and I am the only one in my village who cleared the NDA written. So they also came sometimes for me to clarify their doubts, and also I tell them my strategy how they can score good marks in NDA exam. So these are the activities. And talking about the pocket money, sir, usually I did not get the pocket money, but whenever I required money, I directly approach my father or mother. And talking about my monthly expenditure, it is around 2,500 only, related to like transportation expenditure. And sometimes I also eat with my friends in college, and the mobile recharge, and sir, stationery items. And I also bought at least one book in 1 month as a novel. So these all activities these are my monthly expenditure.
Great. So tell me, what does your father and mother tell you about, like, when you did not clear your NDA exam?
Sir, they did not. What they told to me that you have performed well in your written exam, and it might be possible that you have not able to crack SSB in first or second time. But if you are preparing for it and work hard in your life, so definitely one day you achieve the this goal.
Hmm. So do
It
you
might
agree
be
with?
possible that yes, sir, I am agree with it. Because sometimes it also tests is our hard work and how we can fight for it.
Hmm. So only hard work will help?
Along with the hard work, you also need to you also need to live happily in your life, and as well as do whatever you want and stay focused in. And my other opinion is that whatever work is you are doing, do 100% and try to complete the task. That is the more important in the SSB is looking for. It is looking for the overall personality development.
Okay. So tell me what's thing, there were a lot of farmers agitation happened. Now, since you belong to the farmer family, what do you think about it? What
Sir,
was
I think that
wrong?
yes, sir. Sir, what I think that farmers is the first backbone of our country. Everything is based on the farmers. If a government is did not provide the MSP, what is the current issue is going on in the all over India? So it is the main issue. Sir, if I talk about my family example, like from the from my village, only the mainly cultivation is only the sugarcane. But what is why the people are all having the cultivation of sugarcane? It is the issue of their person are confirmed that we have to sell our sugarcane at the fixed price at 365 rupees per quintal. So people know that it is the fixed price. Government did not create any impact, and the other cultivation also. But if I talk about this is the main issue also, that people are continuously growing sugarcane in his village, and after 10 or 5 years it also reduce the capacity and lose the fertility of the land. If I talk about the my father example, like from earlier around 10 years we are continuously growing the same field in our one khet in and the cultivation was around every year around 150 quintal of in that khet. But what happened in the last year, due to the loss of fertility, like we are growing continuously the sugarcane in that field, so that cultivation is touch the touch the only, like earlier it is 150 quintal of the of the khet produce the sugarcane, but last year it is only the 60 quintal. So it also reduced the fertility of the land, and the current issue is MSP, because there is no accountability on the MSP issue. Government is saying that we are giving MSP, but there is no accountability. If any case, it may be a drought season, it may be a rainy season, due to that your crop gets some destroyed, and something else if you are not able to grow well, so there is no accountability in MSP scheme.
So why not change and have some other crop? You can
Sir,
have
because
pulses.
but sir, we can have, but what farmers are thinking that it may be possible that if you grow like tomato, sometimes it may be the rate of 10 rupees per kilo, and sometimes it may be the rate of 100 rupees per kilo. So there is no any fixed price in that. If a government maintains some type of MSP in various various types of like pulses and the other types of fruits and vegetables, so it is good for farmers, and as well as uh, for their production level also increase due to this.
No, what I'm saying is that why sugarcane? Like growing sugarcane, as you said, has a lot of issues. The land for fertility goes down. Farmers do not get MSP. The sugar factories are closing down in Uttar Pradesh. There are a lot of issues. Then why grow sugarcane? When everybody is growing sugarcane, you can look at an alternative crop.
But sir, what is the issue that if in case that we are doing some other crops like in our village, in our farms, but if the because sugarcane is the crop, it can sustain any temperature and any weather, and it is also a fixed price rate, like at present it is around 365 rupees per quintal, so it is fixed. Either I it is not the issue that your sugarcane have the low low sometimes of like kida and other things, but that the issue is that they are having the fixed rate. So it is one of the issue that
Have you heard of drip
that
irrigation?
farmers did. Yes, sir.
Have you heard of?
I have heard.
Uh,
Yes, sir.
so
Drip irrigation.
so what do you know about it and what you can do in your farm?
Sir, drip irrigation is mainly focusing on the small plants. Like if you have to cultivate like wheat, rice, and some other vegetable like other vegetables, but it is not very much useful in the case of sugarcane.
No, I'm not looking at sugarcane. I'm saying how a farmer can become enterprising. Now you are so educated, you are so
Yes, sir.
qualified,
Yes.
so you can bring the change.
Sir, we can bring the change, but it is also the issue of the if the productivity got low, so what happened with the family of the farmers?
No, the drip
And
irrigation you think is not good idea.
sir, I think drip irrigation is good idea as it also save a lot of water, and along with that we can also shift our cultivation from the rice to some other aspect. Like if you have to grow rice in your field, it requires around 1,500 liters of water to grow 1 kg of rice. So it also gave the huge burdens on the water level of our water level. So if we can change this pattern, like with the help of drip irrigation, we can save a lot of water, and we can also uh, we can also shift like what is the current the farmers have to go to their field in night also. But if we have the drip irrigation, so there is no need to go in night, because if you have to on the drip irrigation for half an hour and 1 hour in after 2 3 days, so it is sufficient for that. So
Hmm.
it is a good idea of drip irrigation.
Hmm. So you can have something in your village and you can also look at corporate farming.
Sir, Sir, this type of corporate farming is at present not available in the whole Western UP, as I am aware that it is not available in a way in Western UP and other parts of the world. It is situated in very limited places, like the cooperative farming.
Hmm. Why it is not successful in UP?
It is it is not successful in UP as various level, because Western UP is also known for its sugarcane cultivation, and what this farming is looking for, like to cultivate some type of vegetables and other things which the company can directly brought to from the farmers. And but UP is the main land where the sugarcane is the most prominent cultivation of crop, and other crops like the wheat and rice. These are not the having the good advantage in corporate farming.
Okay. So now you are in agreement that government, whatever government is doing is not good for the farmers. What should have government done better?
The government is doing uh, good for farmers. Like the government is giving the 2,000 rupees, uh, 2,000 rupees to the farmers on a 3 month basis. So it can be a lot of improvement also. Like if I talk about, the government is also doing a various type of development in the various scheme. Like the if you talk about the recent examples, that government is doing some great for the freebies, like they are giving freebies. But instead of that, if we are focusing on our farmers and give the MSP, so it can be a good option for that. And also motivate them to know to also diversify your crop cultivation. So it can be a good option for that.
Hmm. 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 So farm, what they are doing for farmer is good, other than MSP.
Sir, like the government is also helping farmers in type of loans. They easily get loans on their fields and other things. but and they also provide the vehicles like the tractor and other things required for the cultivation. That is good, but we can say that government, if government did some type of you have to diversify your crop, that is also a good option, and also make some type of program which can aware the farmers that with the help of different new method of techniques, you can increase your productivity and also your income. So that is a good option for from the government side.
Okay. What are the end products that come out of sugarcane other than sugar?
It is jaggery, and it is also useful in the ethanol to produce ethanol, and it is also useful in various type of medicine, and sugarcane is one of the it is also useful in various type of drinks, various type of drinks if required. So these are the major uses of the sugarcane.
Hmm. So, which other crops can you grow other than sugarcane in your area?
Sir, we can grow wheat, rice. These are the other two major crops which are people growing in our area. Wheat
See,
and
Madhya
rice, sir.
Pradesh has now beaten Punjab in wheat, and there's now Madhya Pradesh is producing more wheats in comparison to entire Punjab. So, what do you think is the reason behind their farmers doing so well, and UP farmers are unable to do so well?
It might be the reason that that the Madhya Pradesh is also a large state as per the Punjab. So it might be the reason that it having the large area. So this type of having the give the advantage to the Madhya Pradesh farmers.
Okay. So, tell me something about your brother. He's doing computer science. So, what kind of advices you get from him?
Sir, he is doing computer science, and whenever I got time and or he got time, we usually call each other and share our experience. He told me that what sometimes you face difficulty in life, but that is not a part of your that is a part of your life, and you have to counter these difficulties as they he also guide me in various aspects of life, and he sometimes also guide me regarding the how to do well in the studies, and also help in various things in
Like,
to
how do
me.
you do
And
well
he
in
also,
studies?
sir, could you
How do you
please
do
repeat the
well in
question?
studies? What
Sir,
advice
as
do you
I
give?
yeah, sir, he is in fourth year, so he also guide me how to along with the competitive exam, how you can prepare well for your college exam, so you can score good marks in college. And he also guide me that how he also share some his project and what he is doing in current,
Yeah, I
and
just want
what
to
is his
know
need
what
in future.
advice you felt good about, that helps in improving your marks. This is something very interesting. So I just want to know what your brother has advised you.
Sir, my brother has advised you not to take a burden of study of the college. Like whatever teacher is teaching you every day, just revise it for around 10 to 20 minutes, and you will easily go through the exam. Like you scored well in your exam due to this. But if you take a burden like not studying from the starting and just studying in the last 10 days or 5 days, that it create a lot of burden on you, and you have to also focusing your SSB. So it might be the reason that that at that time your SSB is uh, also required preparation from the last days.
Okay, great. Well, that gives me fair idea about your family and other related activities. Now tell me something about your strength and certain aspects of your personality that you think you need to improve upon.
Sir, I think that I am a hardworking person and also a calm person. And talking about the which I need to improvement, sometimes, sir, I face a difficulty to say no to somebody, and due to this, I also miss some work of mine, and this is my that is the thing I also working to improve something like to difficulty to say no. Some if somebody came to me for help, that is a challenge for me also.
Like example, can you explain it with example?
Sir, if like I have tell you about that in my village there are four little kids in my neighborhood house. So they sometimes came me for their help. Like in current scenario, the whole holiday summer vacation is going on, and they came to me for their help in various holiday projects. So that time I also sometime I also doing my work, but along with that I also focusing on their development and also the work they used to share with me. How can I help him? And other things like I in my village there are seven more students who are preparing for ND exam. So sometimes they also came to me for their help, and I also regularly helping whenever they came to me.
No, but you can always tell them to have a schedule.
but some but sometimes they are the little children, like they are studying in sixth seventh class, so they came to me for various reason, and whenever they face
You
any
can give them
difficulty to
time.
complete.
I'm sure in school, colleges, they all have periods. They have time. You can also give them time.
Yes sir, I can give them time, but sometimes I think that they came to me for some help, and the expectation they came to me with, so I cannot lose their heart also.
I'm not saying that, but you can have a schedule.
Yes sir, I can have a
Like
schedule,
1 hour in
but
the afternoon or something like that. You can have one schedule.
but sir, they did not come regularly. Sometimes they came after 2 days or 3 days, or after 1 week. So it may be not possible to having the schedule.
So you can always tell them anybody has any doubt, I'm available only from this time to this time.
But sir, sometimes at the time I also help my family members in various things. So it may be not possible
No. So on
to
this
tell
time.
them the schedule. But whenever
Okay. Any other shortcomings you have?
no sir.
Okay. Now tell me something about your routine then. Working day, holiday. What do you like to watch on television? If you have facility to access internet, how do you make use of it? I would also be interested in knowing what kind of books you like to read, which are your favorite authors.
Sir, talking about my schedule, usually I woke up at 5 a.m. and after 5 a.m. to 5:30, I freshen up and then go for running around 6, around 5:30 to 6:30. I just run and do some exercise along with my other friends. And then I came to home at 6:45. Then I just took a, then I helped my mother in uh, moving and brooming. Then I take you bath and a breakfast. Then I read a newspaper for half an hour. Then at 8 a.m. I went to my college, and till may sometimes maybe till 3:30 to 4:30 I remain in the college. After that I take a after reaching home I take a short snap of sleeping around 30 minutes. Then I help my father in various activities, like sometimes I went to my field, and sometimes I have to take care of my cattle. And if I have time, so I also went to play games with my friends in my village. And after that, around 6 o'clock, I usually came to my home, and after freshen up, I help my mother in some task like related to the cooking, and also spend some around half an hour with my grandmother to sit together and also ask the past experience they got, what are their culture and tradition in the past. And then I take my dinner, and also discuss with my father in various aspects of life and what is currently going in the world. So these are the main activities. Then I sometimes I called my brother or my friends and discuss them about the what is they are doing currently, and what was they are thinking for their future option. And then I used to do my studies from 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock from my college homework, and then I read books from 9 to 10 somewhere, or sometimes it may be 9 to 9:30, and then I also make a to-do list for next day, and sometimes after that I watch a little video on YouTube and internet, and then after that I went to sleep. And talking about the holiday routine, yeah, usually I woke up at the same time and go for running. After running, I usually came at 6:45, and then having the breakfast and some other things, and helping my mother in moving and grooming. And then after that, I went to satsang as Radha Swami satsang, and help them in various activities like to give water to the elder people, and also cut down the grass, and also like the lay out the mats and other activities. Then I came at 10 o'clock from the there, and I usually studies from some of my college related study, and sometimes if I interested to watch anything, and then I watch anything. And at a Sunday, my village friends who are preparing for ND exam, they also came to at around 1 o'clock, and I helped them in various doubts solving session, and told them what to do and what to not to do for clearing their written exam. And then after that, I took a short nap of around 30 minutes at that time, and then I woke up and do some other studies related to the college, or it can be anything. And if I get time, I help my family members in various tasks and my mother. And then I follow the same routine. I went to my village and play with my friends. And after that, coming to home, I also enjoyed the dinner and talk with my friends and my family members on various issues, what is currently going on in our country, and other talks what are our future plans in whatever future plans. And then I used to do my study and then book reading. Then this is the same routine. And talking about my hobbies is reading books and running. And my interest is to know something about the geopolitics. And spare time activities I used to do sometimes, whenever I get a time, I watch geopolitics videos on YouTube, and news on the first post on YouTube. And whenever I have some more time, so I can also watch a movie on internet, and some other works like to make some assignment of college, and also make some notes of from uh, from the internet. And also if I want to search anything on internet, then I usually search on internet. And talking about my I have an interest to read the fictions novel and the military novels, and these are my interest. And talking about the my favorite my favorite author is I also like to read the Tanushri Potter books, uh, and books of uh, uh, books of Paulo Coelho. And these are the main things what I used to do in my spare time activities. Sir,
Okay. Now, how much year elder is your brother?
sir, my brother is 2 year elder than me.
Okay. And he's currently doing his computer science from IIT Roorkee.
No, not sir. It is he is from RIT Roorkee, Roorkee Institute of Technology.
Okay. Is it a private college?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, how do you, matlab, what has he told you about how to spend your time and focus on exams? How much time should you spend?
Sir, as per the exam, if I have to prepare for the NDA exam, then I focus it more on NDA exam in the night and in day also. But if I have to focus in on my college, so as I continuously preparing for college, like whatever sir taught teach me in college, I regularly visit all the notes and clarified all the doubts my day to day, and it did not create a burden on me, and I easily go through the college semester exam. But if there is a need for ND exam, so I prepare hard for it in the night and as well as in the day.
Okay. Well, that gives me sufficient idea about your hobbies and other activities. Now, I'd be interested in knowing about your academics. So, tell me about the marks scored in various examination after class 10, the subject chosen for further studies, and also about your future career options. Talk about your participation in extracurricular activities, including games, sports, etc. Any achievements in them. Mention about your teachers that impressed you the most and those who did not. Who are your best friends? Why do you consider them so? Any difficulties in financing your education and such other things?
Sir, as I have completed my schooling from Gurukul Kurukshetra, in my 10th class, I scored 96% marks in my 10th class. And after that, I choose PCM as an option because PCM is very much related to our day-to-day life because it have include science and math. It is very useful in our day-to-day life also. And for defense exam, this is the must. You have to prepare for your defense exam. So I choose PCM along with the fine arts. And in my 11th class, I scored 90% marks. In my 12th class, I scored 88% marks. And currently, I am pursuing BSc Maths from TMU University. And talking about the exam, I have appeared, sir, I have appeared 4 times in ND exam, and I have successfully cleared all times. And other like I have also appeared JEE mains in once, and I have scored 80 percentile in JEE mains. I have also cleared the NSET exam. And talking about the future career option, sir, as I am currently pursuing BSc, so it gives me a lot of opportunities in various defense exams and also other exams. Like it create a lot of wide opportunities to me to whenever whatever exam I have to appear, I can appear with the help of BSc because it includes like the subject BSc like maths and science, and these are the major subject if you have to appear in some exam. And talking about the activities that I have performed, sir, as in extracurricular activities, I have also a part of many time in our morning assembly. I have conducted morning assembly in my school in several times, and I have also a part of debate competition and the quiz competition, and we also won debate competition in quiz competition in inter squadron. And talking about the other, I also be a part of annual function, and I have also part in several times in annual function of my school. And the games that I have played football, cricket, and volleyball. And in cricket, I have when I have not joined the Gurukul Kurukshetra, most of the time I played cricket in my village. But after that, I also played some other games like the football. I also took part in several times in our school leagues and also in our inter squadron championship. And we also won in several times in that. I have also took part in our inter squadron volleyball championship, and I have we won in inter squadron championship of volleyball. Talking about the teachers that I have liked, sir, I have liked my maths teacher because he have a very unique way to teaching the math, and he also told how we can approach math in various with the help of the options and the other strategies. And he also tell me that how with the help of how we can eliminate the option in like if we are preparing for day exams like NDAs, then you have also to prepare, you have to clear the math exam. So it is very much helpful in that how he is a very unique in his teaching way. So talking about the teachers I did not like. Sir, I have liked all the teacher, but the one teacher whom I did not appreciate much because he is our physics teacher. Sometimes he did not give the sometimes he focusing more on the theoretical portion of physics rather than the practicals. So this is the main issue. This is the main issue. So that after that he also but he is also a good teacher and he having a deep knowledge of his subject and other things that talking about the friends I have a large number of friends because sir I from class 6th to 12th I have been a part of boarding school, so I have a large number of friends. Some are my close friends like Haren, Hamid, Amit, Dushyant, Tushar, and Parth and Prikshit. These are my close friends, and I and these are my close friends because they are honest and also focusing on their career, and they are also trustworthy. Whenever I need their help, they are always available. And I also help in various things like they are also preparing for defense exam and several others. So we usually talk to them each other and guide them what to do next and how we can prepare for any exam. Like and talking about my education finances, sir, from the starting, my parents have financed my education very well. But in 10th class, I also got a scholarship on the basis of my board's exam.
Okay. So that scholarship was up to 12th standard.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Well, you told me something about your friends that they always help you and very trustworthy. Give me some example. Explain me with some example.
Sir, what happens sometimes I missed my class because I have a mass in charge and also a BCA of my endeavoring. So due to some responsibilities, I all mixed some class. But whenever I asked my doubts and clarified doubts, they always help. They always able to help me and to teach whatever the sir teach in the class. And sometimes I also learned various sports volleyball. I have learned volleyball in my 11th class with the help of them, and we have also represent our squadron. So it is one of the their in one of their helpful natures.
Okay. So what are they doing now?
Sir, some are doing for the competitive exams like the defense exam like NDA, and some are doing in college, and others are in commerce stream. So they are just doing their college, and along with that, they are also preparing for some exams like SSC, CGL, and other type of exams.
Oh,
Mostly are they are in from NDA, so they are preparing for the NDA.
okay. So what kind of advices you have got from your friends?
Sir, my friend sometimes gave me that as I am a BC of my school of my endeavoring, so sometimes junior came to me for help, and because I have a good knowledge of maths and other subject, I have performed well in my academics. So sometimes my junior came to me for their help in maths and science. I spend my complete night study time to helping them. So they gave me that you can adjust with your you due to your over helpful nature. You can be managed in somewhere else, like to guide him only, and sometimes to more focusing on your studies. So these are kind of advice my parents gave to me.
Okay. So why did you choose maths as a subject for BSc?
Sir, because I have a lot of interest in maths and I have scored well in maths, and the teacher I am talking about in like our maths teacher, he also tell me about various concepts of maths and having a very much use in many exams. And I have a deep interest in maths, so I have choose maths as my BSc subject.
Okay, suppose you do not get selected for defense, what other alternative career you have?
Sir, as I am preparing for, uh, as I am in a BSc, so I can go ahead with the like CDS FCAT.
No, I'm saying other than defense.
Sir, it sir, I can switch over the other jobs like the SSC, CGL, and the civil service. And it may be the reason that I can also be a good teacher if I have a good knowledge in maths. So it can be a possibility that if I want to be a good teacher, so I can teach maths to the NDA students.
Okay. You cleared which all competitive exams you mentioned?
Sir, 4 times NDA, and I have scored around 80 percentile in JE exam, and also I have cleared NSET exams.
What is LSAT exam?
So it is an exam for like it one new institute was established in last year. It is a Scalar School of Technology. It is situated in Bangalore, and they have the exam of you have to only clear the math exam, and you go through the exam, and they have the only vacancy of around 200 people, and they providing the degree of BSc in computer science.
So why did you not go for that?
The I did not go for that because it also have a lot of fee structure. It expenditure is around 20 lakhs for 4 years. So I cannot manage so much of fees.
Okay. So why did you appear for that exam? You could have tried for some other competitive exam, government college, maybe, focusing on that and clearing the JE again.
Sir, I just gave the exam. I did not prepare well for it, but I want to test also that how what is the level of paper and other this that is the reason that I also appeared in that. And sir, other things like I have not appeared in other exam. Like in that year, I my mother also faced some serious surgery, so I also have been with her in Rishikesh Ames for a long time. It is around 1 month I spent with my along with my mother in Rishikesh. So I have not appeared so many exams, and it is as I have chosen my college in my nearby in my city also that I also had to go with her in sometimes in Rishikesh for the medical health checkup and sometimes in our city. So this is the main reason that I have not chosen the college far from my city. And but till now she is well, and she is okay now.
Okay. So tell me something about, uh, Agniveer scheme. What is your take on it?
The Agniveer scheme is one of the scheme that Indian Army launched to just cut down to just reduce the age of the soldier. That what we are currently facing. That we have a median age of the soldier is around 30 cross the 30. But what we have to do, we have to choose the soldier who are young and they can efficient well in the war time as well as in other things like it is the schemes of the government so we can with the help of this scheme we can also give opportunities to the soldiers after that the 4 years is fixed for everyone, but after that, only 25% is reserved, and others have to go for some other sectors. Like they also give them the opportunity to explore the defense, how defense is working, and they also learn the discipline and the what is defense. Defense is working with the phenomena of camaraderie and the other things, so they can do well in their corporate sector or maybe in other sector. And it is also necessary for our defense to reduce the burden of our defense expenditure on pensions and the salaries. So it is the good for to cut down the this expenditure and we can buy with we can expend more on our defense deal with the other nation and purchase new weapons instead of just focusing on the other aspect. But there is lot of improvement in Agniveer schemes also, because we have seen that the soldiers is trained in approximately around 50 lakhs to 60 lakhs. But if you are not giving him time for serving the country around 10 years, so it can be a devastating effect on the soul in for the government money also, because a soldier is trained for around 50 to 60 lakhs. If you are in so if government can amend its Agniveer scheme and increase the service in sector of defense, so it can be a good option, like 10 years or it may be 8 years, and it also enhance the bonding between the soldiers.
But do you think the war will be fought in future? Soldiers will be required. Of Sindoor, there was no requirement of soldiers fighting. So, do you think future wars will need soldiers?
Yes, sir. We cannot go ahead with in war without the soldiers. Soldier is the priority, but we also have to modernize our armed forces. Like we have, if we talk, if like what
No, no,
our
I'm saying of
DGM was saying.
Sindoor. See, of Sindoor happened. There were missiles
Yes,
and
sir.
drones fired from both sides. The soldiers were not fighting. Missiles and drones were fighting.
Yes, sir. Sir, as every war
Do
has
we
the
need
different
soldiers?
strategies. And sir, if I talk about the current scenario, that war it can be as present level, the war strategies are different. With the help of missiles and the drones are the most effective way to fight any country, and the other things like the cyber attacks and the narrative war is also going. So if we have to reduce our army strength, so it is not a bad option, because the war is in future happen. That is the main basis of the modernization of the armed forces. Like in Operation Sindoor, we have seen the our defense air defense system with the integration of the Akash Tir. We have defend all with the accuracy of 100% elimination aerial attack. So it is the good option for that. And just to enhance its modernization, we can do perform well in the wars.
So, soldiers will not be needed in future.
No,
Technology
sir.
can win the war.
Soldiers are needed because we have a war on different high altitude terrains, like the from the Myanmar side we have a border, and we have also a dispute over Myanmar side. So soldiers are needed everywhere, and uh, in Kashmir side also we have a very high terrain which required soldier. But if we have to along with that, we have to also focusing on modernization of our armed forces, like what we are focusing, like to enhance
Okay.
our uh, capabilities of fifth generation aircraft and other things.
Hmm. Fine. Now you tell me, Israel is waging a war. First it was with Hamas, now it has gone with Iran. If you are Israeli, what would be your answer to it? Is it the right way to solve the problems?
I think it is not the right way to solve the problem, because it might be the possibility that Israel had uh, destroyed the nuclear capabilities of the Iran at present time. But what after that the Iran was focusing more to just made a nuclear weapon within few years, and after that fight with the Israel. So it is not a good option. And instead of that, if they are focusing more on the diplomacy and the international pressure, so that it can be a good option, because the war brings the destruction in the humanitarian crisis also, and we can see that there is a huge possibility to rise in the oil prices, and the trade is also disrupted due to this war in the Persian Gulf region.
Okay, so last question I have for you. Which of the armed forces you want to join and why? Army, Navy, Air Force, which one and why?
Sir, I want to be a part of army. As from my since my childhood, I have a dream to be a part of the army. As whenever I see any soldiers in the uniform, I was very fascinated towards it, and it gives me a lot of goosebumps towards the army. And I have seen a lot of movies and a lot of books reading I have. from the army, and I found that it is the best in the world. That Indian Army have the camaraderie feeling which we have not seen in other than the Indian Army. And this is the organization which having the immense feeling of the pride. And so I want to be a part of the Indian Army, and it because Indian Army is the best in the world. No
Oh,
one can fight with the whenever the India fought in many wars.
okay. Well, it was lovely interacting with you, Tushar. I have completed my interview. I have asked you many questions. You have anything to ask?
Yes, sir. Sir, I want to ask you what is your biggest achievement in Indian Armed Forces?
Joining?
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. So nice. How was your interview, Tushar?
Sir, it was quite well.
Quite well. Why do you feel it was so well? Or no, you did well? Reasons?
So most of the answer I have give most of the question I have give the
Answer
answer.
then. What is aim is giving answer? What is it? Is it question answer? Is it
No,
question
sir.
answer? Tell me.
No, sir. Aim is to show your 15 qualities.
Now, so if it's not question answer, then what it is? It is supposed to be a test of personality. Okay.
Personal.
Now, the very first question, you remember, he was saying, and he had asked you the very first one, you said the process. Why didn't you do well? I think that was the problem and reasons for it. And he says, you came back, question not understood, speed, no, no. You talked about the no process, how to pass that, that was the question. What did he say? That you are the
Yeah,
question about?
I asked him what could be the reason for not being successful.
So that is the process. You didn't understand the question at all. You went way high, totally different direction. First, pay attention to listen to question and answer to the point. Answer to the point. You started well as far as the things are concerned. Well, first thing which you went totally wrong was your handling of the what is that agitation of farmers agitation. You messed it up. I messed it up badly. You got stuck on MSP. At least MSP you would have repeated at least 4 times, 5 times. MSP, MSP, MSP. Now your reason his question what is your take on farmer agitation? Was it right or not right? If right, why? If not right, why? That was that question which I asked on there.
Yes, sir.
So that question your answer should have been now if farmer agitation was there and if it has to handle farmers' problem, it should have gone across throughout the country. Why it is restricted only to the Western UP and Western UP and Punjab and Haryana? Secondly, you talked about MSP. Now imagine MSP government has already notified every year they notify the minimum price of procurement. Now MSP is what? How can they fix up MSP for milk and how they can split the tomato? How can you fix it? And who is going to purchase that? Even if I fix the price, who's going to purchase that? Can government handle this? It's a trade. A trade has to be done in a trade wise. It's a supply and demand. Simple. And then
Yes, sir.
you talked about he asked you, so that total question of the MSP about sugar cane and all, productivity goes down. You got totally stuck, totally, you really did it bad. Now you talked about when you look at the center on the drip irrigation. Drip irrigation is applicable even in your sugar cane. Go and have a look at it. It's supposed to be on vegetables. It is supposed to be on tree and including sugar cane. So that's not that possible. So if you're making drip irrigation, it is supposed to be doing that. And if I continue with the drip irrigation, because since if you are continuing with the in sugar cane, you are planted on the plant remains the same. Cut it again, you join it the next place. This is what you do, isn't it? Connect, but so that area remains the same, almost the same. You can continue with that. Go and have a look
Yes.
at it. So there's a need for revisiting those, those being from village, you should have been able to handle this particular question much better. So that totally goes against, it means you are far removed from the ground realities. You remained out of hostel, and father had told you to be away from it, and you just totally went into that direction. You tend to be, you are also that tend to be verbose to quite a bit. Be clear, concise, and to the point. You can't afford to do that. Then you when you talked about the question on the whom to confide, you talked only confide, I confide to my only brother. There are the different level of who regard. There's certain things with regard to mother, something with regard to father, something with regard to brother. So that's the confidential. Probably you can talk about your fiancé to your brother. Fair enough. But when you have to confide something on the something, you have to depend on father and mother as well. Don't you think? Yes or no? Tell
Yes, sir.
me. When you talked about
Yes. Yes, sir.
grandfather, at no places you talked about how do you interact with grandfather. Last me in the second part, you came back and talked about, yes, I did spend half an hour time with my grandmother. What about grandfather? Where did he go?
Sir, I have no.
Huh?
I have no grandfather, sir.
You don't,
Only
okay. Yes,
grandmother.
so yeah, that was my problem. So this so the grandmother you talk, and then you came on the last third part of the question that you came back on the grandfather. Okay. Uh, MSP, I have talked about it. Drip irrigation, I have talked about it. Then farmer education, you very badly handle. You tend to be about, and you have not handled your government. No, what are the governments have done for the farmers? That you should be able to do it. That also you can talk about it. Now, government has provided so many. The first and foremost fundamental thing that is being happening in across India is the digitization of land recording. That's the first thing which is being handled on there. That the cooperative ministry has been given to one of the most important personality, the ministry as such cooperative, and they are doing in big way. Second thing, they have already talked soil testing from they can then include urea, availability urea, and all so many things are being done. 6,000 pieces and all that are being transferred to the money. So if you can't handle this, such a very very fundamental question, then there's a problem. There's a problem. Okay. Now, you see, talked about uh, difficulty. The brothers. You talked about how the brother is going to guide you. You talked about only he told you how to study, how to read probably well. Then you read 20 minutes and probably you don't have to bother get your burden later on. This is what he talked about, isn't it? Right? So you should have been much better. You so many other things have to be talked about. Advice can get it, life advice, studies can be there, how to go about in the world. There's so many advice which you get from your elder brother. Your strength and weakness, you talk about hardworking, yes, accepted. Calm, I don't know. You are some you should be a lot of anxiety, so that you don't have to be
Yes.
calm. You are full of anxiety. So you can't be calm. So that is, secondly, the weakness you talked about, what you say? What was weakness you said?
Cannot say no to others.
Difficulty to say no.
So that's I wanted to hear from him now there. Is it a
Sorry, sir.
weakness?
Sorry.
Is it a weakness? So you are trying to empathize the
Sir,
people out there. So you could say it means the insight. I told you 15 quality plus motivation and insight is that's the peculiar question which every interview also will ask you. And very smartly, Captain Sisir has done around there. He has mixed up the question well, left, right, center, or right. He brought the question first and then you handle the first question adequately well. Idea, I was, because I was certainly skeptical about it, but you did handle all in the same sequence that he had asked for it. So that was the first take, though it was because he cut the first portion and he brought to the last.
Yes, sir.
You did it well. So that was, then he didn't talk about hobby. He mentioned at the end, he didn't talk about word hobby. Did he tell hobby?
No, sir.
So why did you bring out hobby? I don't
sir,
think he
I have
talked.
tell hobbies
I
and
mean,
interest.
that's exactly because you anticipate the question you're going to come. That's exactly he has done it. No, I've told you on that. He didn't ask you. And then you talked about the books. Which book you have read it? Which book?
Sir, I have told about the military. Sir,
Which
last
book?
book I have
नाम
read.
नाम
कितने
बताने यार,
गाजी आए?
नाम बता मिलिट्री बुक का।
सर, सर कितने कितने गाजी आए, कितने गाजी गए?
कितने कितने how that's only one book. When you
Sir,
talk
and
about
other
reading,
books are the.
you did say that you purchase one book per month. That is okay, very nice. That is okay. But beyond that, you should be talk about authors. See, that's again. Uh, then again, career option. Yet again, you talked about theories. Did not prepare well. You use the word I did not prepare well for the examination. That's the reason you went on for the Kerala test and all particular thing around that. Well, overall, you've got a potentiality, but I'm not. You got that the flow is missing. Things are missing. You handled the last question of joining the service army was, I think that's well handled. I agree with you at that point. But beyond that, you should be able to bring out your 15 qualities. Now, why do you think the 15 quality before she takes it around there? Let me just come back and normally, what are the quality required? Bata mere ko. Let's say you said three quality which he's very interested in is what he call reasoning ability, isn't it? Correct? Yes or
Yes,
no?
sir.
What is reasoning
Yes,
ability?
sir.
Now look at it here. Academic performance good. Drop I can know whether he compares IQ. Time management. How do you manage the time? Financial management. Okay, accepted. Achievement good is IQ. Alternate creation. You have not talked about this alternate creation that gets missed. He did ask you what will you do. He came back, you want to like to become a teacher. That's the end of it, isn't it?
Sir,
Depth
I
of
have
self
also talked about this.
depth self-awareness is missing. Handling of synthetic question that he didn't ask for it. Way of responding, whether response is spontaneous, deliberate, or after a lot of thought, are they pauses in season? There was no pause. Okay. Whether a candidate has sought assistance, you did seek, no, you didn't seek, but no, you kept on moving beyond limit. Receptivity sometimes gets missed out. In inquisitiveness, degree and frequency, logical answer response that gets compromised to that extent. Okay. Similarly, you can keep on going cross. Overall, you are a good person who would like to do well. That's all. And you have to bringing out, you have to sell. I say it's said or not. You are telling a story, storytelling and story selling. Sell to whom? The interviewing officer. Until as he is clear, would he ever pass you?
No, sir.
Have a nice all succeed to handle down that.
You
Thank
see, you are a maths student. मैथ्स का मेरे को मैं सबको यही बोलता हूँ जो मैथ्स वाला होता है ना कि काश लाइफ को हम मैथ्स की तरह डील करते यू नो
analytical.
इट्स सो ब्यूटीफुल मैथ्स आप प्रॉब्लम लिखते हो फर्स्ट लाइन में हमेशा एंड देन यू कम टू सिंप्लीफाई बाय द नेक्स्ट स्टेप देन यू फर्दर सिंप्लीफाई बाय थर्ड स्टेप देन यू कम सिंप्लीफाई बाय फोर्थ स्टेप answer is always coming on its own. All you are doing is solving the equation and simplifying it. So what is it? It's very logical. It's very analytical. You have to understand what principle to apply when. तो आपके अगर पूरे इंटरव्यू में तुषार आप देखोगे तो जो मेरे सवाल थे उसके कॉन्टेक्स्ट और जो आपका आंसर था रिस्पॉन्स उसके बीच में सर ने सही बताया बहुत गैप था मैं सवाल कुछ पूछ रहा हूं जवाब कुछ और आ रहा है सो वो चीजों को आपको ध्यान
Yes,
देना
sir.
है बिकॉज नाउ यू आर अ ग्रेजुएट बीएससी लेवल पे आ रहे हो तो अब आप को मतलब उस लेवल की मेच्योरिटी हमें देखनी है दैट इज पॉइंट वन एंजाइटी सेकेंड पार्ट है यू हैव टू बी इजी विथ योर सेल्फ कहीं ना कहीं मुझे क्या लग रहा है कि आपके पास लोग आ रहे हैं आपको पूछ रहे हैं भैया बताओ कैसे पेपर सॉल्व करना है आप कहीं ना कहीं अपनी एक इमेज कॉन्शियस बनाते जा रहे हो अपने आसपास जिसकी वजह से आप अपने को ही दबाव में डाल के रख रहे हो नंबर 3 मुझे बताओ कि तुम सिर्फ 1.5 घंटा अपने दिन का इन्वेस्ट कर रहे हो पढ़ाई में और करियर ऑप्शन में इंटायर डे में ओनली 1.5 hours उसमें भी होमवर्क है और प्लस फ्यूचर स्टडीज है. दिस इज द एंटायर टाइम यू आर स्पेंडिंग थ्रू आउट द डे. फिर तुमने शेड्यूलिंग के ऊपर भी अपोज किया था कि नो सर, दे कम ऑन देयर ओन, दे कम डू दिस, दे कम दैट. आर यू रियली सीरियस? सवाल देखो, सोचो. जिसके अंदर कुछ पाने की भूख होती है, उसका जज्बात क्या होगा? उसका जज्बात कैसे चलेंगे?
Yes, sir.
And there, I'm not saying that your English is bad. Whatever you are communicating, I'm getting it. There are people I have come from villages who have done very well in SSB. मतलब वो ढेबर में पढ़ के वो लड़का निकला हुआ और वो एसएसबी क्लियर कर गया गांव से. तो इट्स नॉट टू डू विद दैट, इट इज अबाउट एवरीथिंग इन लाइफ. आप कितना, आपके अंदर भूख है हर चीज को जानना, पहचानना, करना, सब कुछ. So you
Yes,
have
sir.
the
Okay.
thing, and
Sister,
we
you
can
can pack
work
up.
out like the sir
Okay.
said.
You can, once you are there, you can go off from there. Okay. I'll just
Yes, sir.
okay. Thank you.
Right, sir.
Finish it.
Right,
Finish it up. Anything? You can talk to me later on. Okay. Bye.
Yes, sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank
Sir,
you,
all
sir.
the best. Tushar, all the best.